Hello and welcome to another SciFirst MovieTalk episode. In this episode, I will be discussing the 2006 comedy Click. The movie stars Adam Sandler as the budding and up-and-coming architect Michael Newman, who, from the very beginning of the film, we learn seems to have quite a hectic work life and struggles to find that sort of work and family life balance. The movie also stars Kate Beckinsale as his wife, Donna, and has, at times, supporting roles from David Hasselhoff and Christopher Walken. So, one night, tired and stressed out after having basically a battle with a number of the household remotes, Michael stumbles into Bed Bath & Beyond. Well, for those of you that are in the UK, at the very least, that's akin to Dunelm Mill. So, looking for a universal remote, and controls and proceeds to drop off on one of the beds instead. When he awakes, he notices the Beyond section that has just formed. Being a braver man than I, he goes in to have a look and enters the Beyond area, where he is met by a mysterious shop worker, Morty, superbly played by Christopher Walken, who proceeds to offer him a solution to his problems, to his hectic life: the ultimate universal remote control. Michael soon finds out that the remote control not only controls his TV, his DVD player, and his hi-fi, but also his whole world, allowing him to pause, rewind, fast forward, and mute all of those special moments in life. At first, the results are hilarious. They have hilarious consequences. Skipping the odd argument, skipping an awkward family dinner or two, bypassing the chores, and even speeding up the dog's business. However, the remote soon starts to learn what Michael likes to skip through, and bit by bit, he finds himself skipping over big chunks of his life. And it is at this point that the film gets a little more darker and a lot less of a comedy. So I'm not saying that it turns into a drama of sorts at this point, but there is still a fair few comedic moments along the way. But the film does try to deliver a serious message, and the outcome and resultant implications of skipping through Michael's life can be quite sad at times. For those of you who have seen Adam Sandler's films before, and know of his comedy, then you'll know what I mean when I say his usual comedic style is sort of silly, stupid comedy with numerous visual gags and stupid, childish voices. I do like Adam Sandler's comedy, don't get me wrong. I don't mind the silliness. Sometimes you need a bit of silliness to brighten up your life, brighten up your day. I don't think his films are meant to be taken too seriously. Certainly not some of his earlier works. This film, however, although yes, does contain some of his trademark humour, does seem to have been toned down somewhat and takes a more serious tone in places. Don't get me wrong, however, even though the actual tone of the movie gets a bit more serious as it progresses, there's still time for a couple of fart jokes, so do watch out, you've been warned. Additionally, I did find that the film was perhaps a bit chauvinistic in parts, probably in the way that it portrayed its attitudes towards women, particularly by today's standards. However, it was mainly used to help the viewer see what a tool Michael's boss actually was, as portrayed by David Hasselhoff, actually was. As perhaps touched on earlier, the film does in fact have a serious message to convey about spending time with your family and friends, and not committing too much to work, and not trying to coast through your life just working on autopilot, as you'll then start missing some of those important things in life, and of course your life might not turn out how you thought it would, and as you had planned or had hoped. Personally, I can sympathise with the situation Michael finds himself in, most definitely. It's certainly hard to find a family life and work balance, especially if you're just starting out down the road on your career, as the Adam Sandler character in the movie was. You're ambitious, you want to make a good impression, and of course you want to stay above the competition as best as possible. That takes a lot of work and a lot of commitment, and there isn't always an easy answer. Finding yourself a universal remote control ain't the easy answer to speed up your life, isn't one of them. But neither is downing tools and doing less work. So this ain't going to be viable for many people. And so the film's message, although I think a very good one, its heart's in the right place. It's not a realistic one by any stretch. You know, I don't want people to be burnt out at work, not by any stretch, and neglect family life as a result. But work is a big part of people's lives. And it's hard to find that balance legitimately. Personally, I believe that even if the time we spend with our family is short, as a result of work or otherwise, this should be quality time that we cherish, and that's as much as we can ask for sometimes. As stated earlier, I do enjoy an Adam Sandler flick and his comedy efforts, and this film was no exception. Just a bit different. It did have me chuckling in places, but cringing in others. So yes, not one of his zaniest. Certainly doesn't compare to Billy Madison in that respect, but a good all-round comedy nonetheless, and quite enjoyable, if not taken too seriously. So, that brings me to the end of this episode. Many thanks for watching. If you like my reviews and in general movie discussions and want to see more, please do leave a like on this page and please hit that subscribe button. Please feel free to leave a comment on this film, or this episode, or any other on my channel. And definitely if you have any suggestions about movies that you would like me to watch as part of upcoming SciFirst Movie Talk episodes. Thank you for watching.